Welcome to St. Michael's Academy Betia's e-learning class of English class 4. So today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 6, Saving the Sparrow. Here in this story, the main character of this story is Hira Lal. He was kind-hearted, resourceful and determined boy. Now let's start the story. First, we will see the new words. Power line means two or more wires carrying powerful electric current from one location to another. Twittering means when birds twitter, they make short, high sounds. Desperately. Flapping means moving its wings up and down, trying to free itself. Now first we will read the paragraph. Hira Lal looked at the power line that ran across his village. His father had once told him that the line brought electricity to their homes. Quite often, Hira Lal thought about following the power line to see where it went. He imagined the places he would see and the people he would meet. Most evenings, sparrow came to rest on the power line. They looked beautiful like little grass beads on a necklace. Seeing the birds, he wished he were one of them, so he could fly to strange lands. One morning, as Hira Lal was cycling to school, he heard the loud twittering of the sparrows. Something was not right. He looked up to see that one of the sparrows was caught in the power line. It was hanging there, head down, desperately flapping its wings. But he did not know how he could help. So Hira Lal rode off to school. He hoped someone would save the sparrow. Now, explanation of this paragraph is that Hira Lal is a little boy like you all, and he lived with his family in village. One day, he was quite curious to know about the power line. You all know what is power line? Power line brings electricity to our house. So Hira Lal father told him that power line was very important because it brought electricity to our homes. After that, Hira Lal went into the imagination. He was imagining the places he would see and people he would meet if he followed the power line because he was curious to know where it went. Now, what happened during evening, all sparrows? They used to come and sit on the power line. They used to look so beautiful like a little glass beads on a necklace. So, when Hira Lal used to see the birds, he wished he could be a bird like them, could fly like them, or went to strange lands. So, now one day Hira Lal was cycling to school. He was going to school. All of a sudden, he heard a loud noise by twittering his wings. So when he looked up, he saw one of the sparrows was caught in the power line. It means the sparrow was in line with its head hanging down and it was desperately flapping its wing. Desperately flapping means moving its wing up and down, trying to free itself. So he thinks some stranger could help that bird So Hiralal was very sad, but he could not do anything. So he did not know how to help the sparrow, so he went to school. But he was hoping that someone would help the sparrow to save that sparrow. Now we will read the second paragraph. When he came back from school, he saw that the sparrow was still trapped. Its wings were spread, but they were not moving. Hiralal began to worry. What if it died? He noticed that other sparrows were flying around the trapped bird trying to help it. Hiralal ran into the house. Ma, help me. Pa, quick, come quickly. His parents rushed to see his side. What happened? They asked, worried. He told them about the sparrow. He pleaded with them to find a way to save it. Explanation of this paragraph is that Hiralal thought that someone would help the sparrow. So he went to school, hoping that someone would help or be there to save the sparrow. But after being depressed whole day, when he returned back from school, the sparrow was still trapped in the power line. Nobody helped him. Its wings spread out and they were not moving. The sparrow was lying on the power line. Hiralal was worried. Hiralal ran into the house and told everything to his parents and requested him to find a way to save it. So children, do you think would it be able to save the sparrow? Let us see what happened next. Now next we will see the new words. Pursed her lips means brought her lips together in a round shape to express dislike. Power station means a place where power is produced and from where it is sent to other places like homes, factories, and so on. Maintenance man means a person who can repair and maintain things. Supervisor means a person who is in charge of something and makes sure that everything is done correctly. Have a large heart means are very kind. His heart was racing means he was very excited because he was hopeful. Now we will see the next paragraph. But the power line is very high, his father pointed out. How are we going to reach it? His mother pursed her lips and said, It is too dangerous. I will not let either of you go near the wire. Hiralal was sobbing. His parents tried to comfort him, but there seemed to be little they could do. Hiralal knew the bird would not live much longer. The thought did not allow him to rest, but slowly an idea began to take shape in his head. Soon after, Hiralal cycled to the power station near his village. When Ram Bharose, the maintenance man, saw this young boy waving to him, he unlocked the gate and let him in. Hiralal told him about the sparrow. Could you please switch off the power for a little while? He asked. Ram Bharose scratched his head. Then he said, Let's see, maybe the supervisor can help. He took Hiralal to a kind old man who was sitting at a desk. Hiralal was tired and frightened. With tears in his eyes, he said, A sparrow is going to die because its foot is caught in the power line. if you can switch off the power, we can take the bird down. Please, you must listen to me. Now the explanation of this paragraph is that Hiralal mother is very upset because he felt that the power line was very dangerous. So she did not allow sending any one of them to the power line, even his father. So because the power line was very high, so how are going to reach it? Hiralal mother said to his father. So final decision was that no one, not even the Hiralal, not even his father, will go to save that bird. So seeing the situation of the sparrow, Hiralal was crying. So his parents tried to comfort him, to keep him quiet. But he was very upset because he knew that bird was not going to live longer that time. Only an idea came to his mind. So children, what was the idea? So children, the idea came to his mind was to approach the power station. So there he met Ram Bharose, the maintenance man. He saw a young boy coming and waving his hand. The Ram Bharose unlocked the gate and let him in. He told him about the sparrow, but Ram Bharose was a maintenance man. He could not take that decision. So he took him to the supervisor. He was a kind old man and he was sitting at his desk. But Hiralal got frightened and also that he did not know whether the supervisor will listen to him or not. Hiralal told about the sparrow, that sparrow is going to die because it's stuck in the power line. Please switch off the power so that we can take down the bird. Now we will read the next paragraph. The old man listened to Hiralal patiently. Son, switching off the power is not going to be easy, he said. Think of the hospitals. What will happen to a patient who is in the middle of an operation? He stopped and looked into Hiralal's sad eyes. Then he said, Tell me your name, son. Also tell me where you live. He touched the boy's shoulder. You have a large heart, but it's time for you to return home. It's going dark outside. Sad and helpless, Hiralal returned home. Sometime near dawn, he woke up to loud noises. Oi, Hiralal, come out! Hiralal shouted out of the house. His heart was racing. He had seen 3 men. One of them was Ram Bharose. Now the explanation of this paragraph is that the old man listened Hiralal very patiently. And the old man said Hiralal that it is not possible for them to switch off the light because with the help of this electricity, the hospitals are running and patients and doctors will get disturbed. By hearing all this, Hiralal was very sad and said, Then after old man stopped and said, Hiralal, that tell me your name and where you live. So he tapped the Hiralal's shoulder and said, You have a large heart. Now go home. It's going to be dark outside. Hiralal was sad and returned home. It was night. He woke up to a loud noise. Someone was calling Hiralal's name. So Hiralal got excited in hoping that someone would come and help to save that sparrow. So 3 men were standing in front of the house and one of them was Ram Bharose. By seeing all this, Hiralal got excited and happy that he is going to finally save that sparrow. Now we will read the new words. Power shut down means a period of time when the power is turned off. Extension ladder means a ladder which two or more parts join together. These parts slide open to make the ladder longer. Now next paragraph. There is a power shutdown at the station. Ram Bharose explained they had come with a truck to rescue the sparrow. Hurry and jumped into the truck. Show us where the sparrow is. Hiraral searched for the bird. Suddenly he yelled, "A little more to the light, a little more." They were now directly under the power line where the sparrow was trapped. Now the explanation of this paragraph. For some time or some period of time, the power is turned off at the station. So three of them had come to rescue the sparrow. So he said, Hiralal, that they have no time, let's go and show where the sparrow is. So Hiralal showed them the direction and searched for the bird. Finally, Hiralal got that bird and Hiralal showed the direction of the sparrow where the sparrow was trapped. Next paragraph. The driver straightened the truck in position and got the extension ladder ready. Ram Bharose swung up the extension ladder as the other man switched on his torch and held it up. The light from the torch picked out the sparrow hanging from the wire. Ram Bharose carefully loosened the bird's claw that was caught in the wire and put the sparrow in his shirt pocket. The rescue had taken only a few minutes. Ram Bharose and his companions left after hanging the sparrow to Hiralal. The bird rested in his cubed hands. Suddenly it jumped out of his hands. It spread its wing and began to fly. Hiralal would always remember this magical moment. Now explanation of this paragraph is that the truck got in position and got the extension ladder ready. So they are ready now to rescue the sparrow. Ram Bharose climbed the extension ladder and other man showed on the torch. So Ram Bharose carefully loosened the wings clowns from wire and put the sparrow in his own shirt's pocket. Now they successfully released the bird in a few minutes from the wire. Now finally Ram Bharose gave it to the Hiralal. The bird rested in Hiralal's hands and suddenly it jumped out of his hand and spread its wing and began to fly. It was a magical moment for him. Now it's time for your homework. What you have to do, you have to write down the word meaning in your copy and write down in a neat and in good handwriting. I hope you understood the chapter. The next video will be of question answer of this chapter. Thank you.